So we got the one and only Itsbsd here today.
Yes. Hi.
Um, right here, I have a few things. You have 14 million followers on TikTok.
Yes.
You have 3.2 million followers on YouTube.
Yes.
Close to 200K on Instagram.
Yes.
I don't know Facebook.
41, I think. 42,000.
You started Facebook late.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Are you the
300 on Snapchat.
300,000
No, 300.
followers on Snapchat. But it's not a platform.
It's important.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's true. That's true. I give you that. I give you that. Would you say you're the most famous dwarf?
Would I say that?
Yeah.
In terms of followers, yes.
Terms of followers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
In terms, what would stop you from saying that overall?
I don't know because Peter Dinklage from Game of Thrones, he has like a lot of people that saw him.
He don't count.
Then yes.
Okay. Yeah. That's crazy because you probably generated at least, I would say, 2, maybe 3 billion views.
Yes.
Yeah.
I already generate 1 billion views on YouTube.
Yeah.
For sure. TikTok is way more.
Over a billion.
So yeah.
So
yeah.
you're probably sitting on about a good 3 to 4.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
I know.
It's interesting because you are my most famous friend. You are, I mean, you are my actual friend, but like as far as like entertainment goes, like you are my most famous friend. That's crazy. How does it feel?
I don't know how does it feel to be famous?
No, to be you. Because this is what I mean. I describe you as like when I tell people about you, I'm like, and no offense, I'm like Batista is small, but he's like the biggest person in the room, and I don't mean as far as like fame or social media. I'm talking about his personality. Like you are like the most famous person. I mean, the biggest person in the room.
Oh,
you know that, right?
Not really.
Yes, you do, bro. We went to a place.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember we went to that club.
Yeah.
You was dancing and everybody was watching you. And you was doing a great job.
Because I'm used to people watching me. So basically it's no difference for me. So for me, I don't feel like the big person because for me it's natural.
Okay.
Because wherever I go, people see me.
Watch you, yeah.
Yeah. So that at some point that I go sometimes place with my nephew or some friends and it's like, oh, those people were looking at you. And it's like, I don't see that.
Yeah.
Because I'm used to that I don't watch anything. So I'm just living now. Because in any cases, they will see me.
Right.
So I'm just living without thinking what they think.
Yeah.
Or that, because I know that they already watching. So I can nothing. That's why me, I don't see it that way. I don't see it as the biggest person. I see it as, for me, it is who I am, like I'm just doing something and I'm just doing like as I think. And then for me, it's like this.
Okay.
That's how I see it.
So, how'd you get into content?
I was doing content when I was younger on Facebook, but once in a while. But I still love it because it's funny for me.
Yeah.
So I like to make fun of myself. I like to laugh and stuff like this. So I create stories because I have so many stories in my head. So I just like, okay, I'll just do it. And at some point, I remember it was like on TikTok, it was before when it was Musically. I started making videos and it was all private. It was just for personal. And then one night, I made all of them public.
Your videos?
Yes.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, let's see the world we see now, like people will like say something. And then, yeah, it kind of worked out well.
It's interesting because I remember we met when? When did we meet? 2019?
2020.
2020?
Yeah, end of 2020, beginning of 2021 maybe.
Beginning 20? You sure?
Yes, it was after the COVID started.
Yeah, but COVID started in 2019.
No, 2020.
You sure?
Yes.
So why they call it COVID-19? Yeah, because it started
But the
in
pandemic
2019.
started in 2020.
I
The
feel like yeah, the
quarantine.
official
But
pandemic
we
came.
saw after the quarantine
Really?
started.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think yes.
So 2021, that's when I met you.
Yeah,
Because before I met you, we was texting
yeah.
about working.
We were texting in 2020
Yeah.
for
Oh,
sure.
2020.
Yes,
And you kept canceling on my shoots.
it was COVID.
Oh, that's true. That's fair. That's fair. So yeah, but prior to that, I remember what made me reach out to you. Actually, I saw your videos on TikTok.
Yes.
I didn't like TikTok at first. I'm still adjusting to TikTok, but I created it because I was like, I mean, just create it, because I didn't know how to make TikTok videos at the
Yeah.
time, and I saw you doing it, and I felt like it was very unique and it was very funny. Like I would catch myself watching your videos, laughing. I did, and what was funny about your videos is, especially because I first started seeing the Kevin Hart videos,
Yeah.
right? And you didn't talk at the time. I feel like in your videos, did
No,
you?
my accent was not very well to
Okay.
make video with my voice.
Yeah,
So I was just lip syncing.
you was lip syncing
Yeah.
with Kevin Hart voice,
Yeah.
and your reactions was so well. Like you did a great, like you was doing a great job. That was very funny,
Thank you.
and I feel like you always pick the best moments to react to a video. Does that make sense? On the stand up, like
Yeah.
you pick some of the best moments during the stand up to make a video,
Yeah.
right? And then I see that, and I'm watching it, and I catch myself watching it, right? Uh, and then one day I just decided, I'm like, let me text this guy. I didn't think he was gonna respond, truthfully. I didn't. Because I was also like, I hadn't really met people through social media like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I did at the time, but I wasn't heavy on that. Like most people that I meet was in person. Like if I meet you at a shoot or somebody introduces me, that's how we met. But with you, I just sent out a message, and then you responded, which was cool. I was like, oh shit, okay, cool. And then I tried to shoot, and obviously we kept rescheduling because, like you said, COVID. Fast forward, I meet you.
Yeah.
You give me this whole humble shy nonsense.
I'm a shy person, like my nature.
Hard to see that in your videos. I mean, you are though. I know you, but I know that.
Because when I make a video, I play a character. It's not me. That people have to see the difference. That's why my name and the person that I am is not out there, because it's not me in my videos. I play a character. Whatever character that I need to make it, I make it 100%. So when I was making, at that time, giving out videos, it was someone who was very, very like expressive, the way he was speaking and all of that. So I have to make it fit. That's what it was. But so I do big gesture. I speak loud. I mean, speak loud. Speak loud with my body language. But in nature, I'm like this if I have a couple of drinks. But and when I'm comfortable. But when I just met someone, not very much. I'm still shy because I'm in nature. I'm observing people first to see my environment. So I'm like, keep it low first. That's why.
And has Kevin Hart ever seen your videos, you think?
He did.
He has?
For sure. 100% sure that he did. It was.
What made you feel that?
Because that video was so big and I was so surprised, so shocked of this.
Yeah.
This video got me like 1 million followers on TikTok. It was my most view, most like at the time. Many people reached out to me at that time to work and all of that. You are one of the few that I accepted.
Oh, really? Well, good for
Yes.
you. Look at how your life turned out.
And so I believe he saw it. Like, I mean, someone has showed it to him or whatever this is, because this was so big for him to ignore it or even, I mean, people are saying that I look like him, that my mimic was kind of like
No,
him.
the mimic was amazing.
Yes.
It's like it's on point. It's so well put together. It's like, and you do all this.
And imagine if like you have a friend,
Yeah.
like your best friend, let's say Phil, and then you see a dwarf that doing exactly like him.
Yeah.
Would you show it to Phil?
If I see a dwarf doing the same thing you're doing,
No, that Phil is doing. And get like a viral video of Phil, but it was a dwarf and he looked like him.
I would show it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he saw it.
Definitely.
So yeah, he saw it.
I mean, okay. I mean, does he follow you?
No,
Do you think he likes it?
but I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
I don't think he minds it.
I don't think either.
I don't
I
think
mean,
he
it was
minds it.
comedy. It make
Yeah.
marketing for his kid also. Like, I mean, I don't say it made me, but
Yeah.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
that he like it or not.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, I like it very much. And it's really good. And you do all those videos by yourself because you play multiple characters.
yeah,
And you are shooting, editing,
yeah,
writing, doing
Yeah.
all this by yourself.
yeah.
This leads me to my next question, right? So you're in LA by yourself. You out here doing it, right? And I kind of have similar story to you. We talked, right? Like, you know, I moved out here by myself, and I try to do it too. And one of the things I feel like, for example, like, you know, you a dwarf. You
Yeah.
have all the reasons or all the excuses in the world to not do something. Like you do, because you can't do every physical job, right? There's
No.
so many jobs you can't do. I remember
Yes.
you told me one time you don't think you can do construction, depending on what it is. I remember you was telling me, right?
And-
So you can't do so many things, and yet nothing stop you from being who you are.
Yeah.
Like, how does that work?
It comes from young. First of all, I would like to thank my brother for that.
Okay.
Because when I was a kid, even though, you know, to take a glass of water, so it was like on the shelf, like really high. So I need to take a chair or climb on the counter to have a glass of water. And sometimes my brother, who is like very tall, is next to it, and I was like, "Can you give me a glass? Like I'm thirsty." And it was like, he was going to, and then he said, "No." And I was like, "Why? Like you're just next to it." It's like, "If I wasn't there, what would you do?" And I was like, "Yeah, but you're here now." So he's like, "No. If I wasn't there, what would you do?" And then it was always like that with him. So I have everything to do by myself. And I thank him for that, because that gave me the mindset of always trying to do it by myself first. And it's really when I cannot do something that I'm asking someone for help. But so that's why, like, I try to do everything by myself, because I have this mindset of trying to do things to prove myself that I'm not incapable, and I'm capable to do things like a normal person. It may be more difficult, but if the result is the same or better, it's even better.
But that's the thing. It's like, let's look at entertainment, for example, right? Like even social media. There's so many people that make excuses, and it's not. I'm not even speaking on as far as like their physical ability. It's more so like they'll just make reasons, excuses of not doing it. Like they'll be like, I don't have a camera, or I don't have a microphone, or I don't know how to edit, or I don't know how to act. None of these things stop you from doing it. Plus the fact that you have to come up with concept that fits you, that you can play well in a role.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like the Kevin Hart stuff was so genius, because it's like how do you think like that? Like to just think of, not even that, because you're doing more than Kevin Hart now. Now I see you playing different roles. You got, you know, DPD. And it's just like, how do you think of ideas that fit you that the masses will enjoy?
First I was doing what people were doing, but and then I started to think that I'm different, and that's what makes the difference. So if I need to be me, I have to be me at 100%. So I put everything over what people see, so my dwarfness. So that's why DPD, so Dwarf Police Department, because we have every police department everywhere, but nobody heard like the dwarf police department, and I'm a dwarf, and like I have to use this because I think that we have everyone as tools, so as come as talents and creativity. But I think that the body that you have is also a tool, so you have to use it. So that's why I made myself to find a concept and make it around the person that I am, and I think that that's make it unique and like original also. And yeah, like I like it. Like it pleased me.
That's cool. That's cool.
See.
And so what made you move to LA though? Because when I look at your content, it's like you don't need LA. Like your content is indoor,
Yes.
and nobody know where from where because you shoot it at a place.
Yeah.
So what makes you think you need LA, or why are you here?
I'm here for the mentality of the people, mostly. I was in France back then, and the way French people was treating me is way different from here. When I arrived here, I was having some habit from people in France when I was walking in the street and stuff like this, and I found myself crazy because people weren't acting the same way, and I was having a defensive mechanism, and I didn't need it here. Like when I was like crossing the street, like in France, I can see everyone in their car looking at me.
Judging you.
Yeah.
There's judgment, basically.
Yeah.
You're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
But when I'm here, one time I did this, nobody was looking.
There's no judgment.
And I was like, why did I turn? Like here, there's no that much of judgment, and they accept you for what you get.
Yeah.
I started TikTok in French, and the comments was all about, it doesn't matter what the content was, but it was all about the fact that I was small and anything like this. And when I started in English, the comments was all about the energy that I was giving, the content, and they really went past through my size. So at the time, I really say, yeah, like LA is a place. Like LA, like the spirit here is better than there because they actually see what they need and what the video affect them instead of just judging the person doing it.
Right.
That's why.
They're actually like watching the material
Yes.
versus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And when we see in France, people are kind of all the same, and in America, there is so much diversity.
There's diversity.
Yeah. So I was literally attracted to this since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like this diversity and acceptance.
Yeah, that's
that they
that, I relate to that because I'm originally from Guinea.
Yeah.
I didn't start obviously doing content over there. I started doing content in Georgia because that's where I like grew up. But even in Atlanta, in America is like that, but like not all over America. I feel like LA, since it's like the entertainment capital,
Yeah.
it's more free for you to create here. People understand that you're doing something that's what is it? That's like they look at it like you're doing something serious of value versus because in Georgia it's like I feel like now it's getting up there. It's gotten up, but when I first started creating content in Georgia, it was also the same thing because I would do pranks and people be looking at me like, bro, you being weird. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I do get that, and I do think LA is good for if you want to create and not feel judged, and people give you at least a shot for what you got going on. That I agree with you.
It's an artistic city. That's why.
No, it is.
Yeah, it's
It
very
is.
good.
So, how much money do you have?
Let's say it compensates my side.
It compensates your time?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's cool. So, so do you do any, besides social media, do you do any film, television acting, or have you done
Not
any?
yet. I'm planning toward this year and everything to set myself into it because I think that I've practiced enough acting by myself with my video and everything that now I'm ready to go
Out there.
on a very big screen.
That's good. That's
If
good. How do
possible.
you discipline yourself? Because I do feel like you're very disciplined, and when I say that is, you post, you create, it,
Yeah.
and that's what I mean by the discipline. It's like some people when they come here, they get lost. You know, I'm not saying they get lost as they just come here to start party, but when they get here, you have bills. So you lose the fact that you moved out here to do something like filmmaking or whatever you moved out here for. You're so caught up on trying to pay your bills because you have to work and pay bills. But how do you balance out making sure you survive while still focusing on the goal, which is to, create and get out there? You're very consistent.
I create when I have an idea. I do this. I don't have much choice. I cannot work every work, but I can. This is what I like, so I do it, and I just hope that everything comes.
Comes out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that. I don't have to worry and stuff like this. There is a time where I was like, oh, I cannot pay my rent and everything like this, and I was stressing. And even though I was creating every day, the money is like not enough and stuff like this, but most of those time, 2 days before the rent is due, money come from somewhere.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, maybe you need to stop worrying. You need to stop doing this because basically worrying is it's like paying a debt that you don't own. So it's like I waste time worrying when I could have create for more and more and more and more. And so I was like, it's fate. So if I cannot pay, I cannot pay. If I can pay, I can pay.
Yeah.
But I will do every day what I like. So that's how I do it. I just do what I like. I like to create. I like to write. Sometimes I do burned out.
Yeah.
But I still feel that at the end of the day, at the end of the month, I have the requirement to keep doing what I do love to do.
Yeah.
And that's why I do it. I do have time for party also, but I just regulate for what I love. I don't like to do everything time the same thing,
Right.
so I don't party too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just cause my
And do you have like, I'm guessing you surround yourself with people that you feel like gonna keep you in place, or how does it work with surroundings? Like, how do you pick and choose who you wanna allow to be so much in your life? Like, how does that work?
basically, and we talk about that when I feel comfortable to be me around someone, that person stay in my life. If I do not, if I feel like, for example, I cannot talk about something or I have to play a role or everything like this, it's not gonna have so much like activity together. We're not gonna stay there. But as long as I feel like we can disagree, literally, I can disagree with someone. Like, I can be friend with like someone really like close-minded and everything, as long as with me they let me be who I am.
Who you are.
Yeah, and
accept
comfortable.
you for who you
Exactly.
are. Yeah.
So at this point, like, it's easy to make to choose,
Right,
to
right.
pick
Yeah.
who's. But sometimes I get disciplined by people because of the way they do. You discipline more than you think.
Yeah. Who?
You.
I'm disciplined?
Yeah.
I'm very
No,
disciplined.
you discipline me
I discipline you.
more than you think.
Really?
Yes.
How?
Just by being you. Every time, I will tell you something. Every time that I come and I shoot with you, when I go home, I always go and write.
Really?
Yes, because it's the energy, the
Okay.
energy that you have. It's like about creating content and stuff like
Yeah.
this. So when I'm with you, I want to do that also. So when I come home, I write.
So then you owe me a percentage of all the stuff you wrote after you shot me.
I think it's the energy. I think that people doesn't see this. That's why when you surround yourself with the kind of people, you become this type of
No,
people.
it's true. Influence is big out here. One of the
Yes.
things, I'm not known for socializing too much. Actually, I don't think I'm known for socializing at all. People think I don't go out or I'm always shooting and working. The reality is I do go out.
Yeah.
I pick and choose who I go out with. I'm also selective when I go out. I'm not a person that advertise every time I'm out. Or, you don't know. Just yesterday I hit you. Remember I was like, let's do something. You know what I'm saying? And I tend to hit people do I feel like their focus is balanced. You know, that they can go out and still work versus those that, people will invite you to parties all the times, but they're never going to invite you to get money.
Yeah.
So to me, that's when I kind of have to pick and choose. Like, if every time you hit me, you want to just go out, you want to do this, you want to do that, you want to have fun. It's like, I'm here for a reason. I'm paying a lot of money for rent.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not here to go out. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not here to go out.
Yeah.
And I think that's what keeps me too. And then I also know with social media, because we see it, this is a fickle job. It's not guaranteed.
No.
You have your time, you get in, you do what you need to do, and you get out. And what I mean by get in and get out, it's kind of like if your goal is to start a film production company using social media, just know you cannot be creating skits for 10 years and think you're going to start on your production company.
Yeah.
You're never going to do that. So it's like create skits, organize, and then still have the focus of the ultimate goal is to create a production company. It's not to create skits until you fade out
Yeah.
and then say you want to create a production company, because now you don't really have the energy, the resources, or you don't even have the leverage because you don't fade it out.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like that's one of the things where it's like I'm very mindful, and one of the things I think you like you said, I discipline you and you discipline me in a very impressive way, and I'm also motivated by you because like I told you, I always tell you, I'm like, the fact that I know people that make so many excuses, like they make all the excuses in the world, and you have none. You're creating yourself. They'll tell me, man, I don't have a cinematographer. I can't write this. I can't come up with an idea. I don't know how to act. I don't have this. I don't have that. I don't have this. I don't have that. I'm like, bro, like I'm quick to send somebody your video. I'm like, bro, look at all the stuff that you don't have and look at the stuff that he doesn't have. And guess what? He's still able to do what you...
And I was doing on the phone back then.
Exactly.
Like, no microphone, nothing.
But look at it.
But it's excuses, I think, because of fear. I think that they just
You think
scared.
so?
Yes. Because I've seen myself find excuses sometimes for a video that I wanted to make, and then sometimes this is what I do, because sometimes I don't want to shoot one day because I'm not in the mood, and so in my mind, but I still have to sometimes. So I discipline myself, but then I go and then, for example, I wish that my microphone, I didn't charge it. Like I see myself like, oh, I hope it's not charged.
I hope it's
like,
not telling myself
so
that,
like
yeah.
I have to charge it, so now I don't have to make the video right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why am I doing this? Why am I trying to find excuses? And sometimes it's like because of the fear of like the video, I'm not sure it's good.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about what people will think about it and
Yeah.
everything like this. I think it's just fear, like excuses, because it's you're more comfortable doing nothing than doing something.
I agree.
And that's where you have to draw the line, because you're more comfortable doing something than not doing something, because you pay the price after.
Yeah.
Because every video, let's say, like we say, pay my rent.
Right.
And at the end, the discomfort gave me like so much comfort. So they just have to wait. But it's not in the moment present. They just by fear and like they let the discomfort like win.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think you just have to treat it. You know, people say they want to have fun doing this, and you should have fun doing it. But if you are making money doing this, and this is like your livelihood, you should treat it like a job.
Yeah.
Because if somebody hire you right now and give you a schedule, you're gonna follow that.
Yes.
So I think the same thing you have to kind of do with this, because otherwise you lose. You're not gonna get nowhere with it. Yeah, so that I agree with.
That's the thing, because people don't find excuse when they have a boss telling them to do stuff in a time. They will do it because they are scared of the consequences. But when it is them, they are more likely to forgive themselves, but not very much after.
Yeah.
Because the consequences after not doing it is like you're stuck in a job under the control of someone,
Right.
instead of directing your life and do it for you, instead of following your orders and be disciplined by you.
Right.
You would rather be disciplined by someone else.
Yeah.
And that's something that I don't want to do.
No, I feel that. No, I agree. You know, it's funny. I tell my friends all the time, you know, God forbid, but I don't think I can go back to a 9 to 5. I don't. And then what I do
Never
is a
been.
9 to 5. Funny thing, because what I do is a 9 to 5, because
Yeah.
I work 8 hours a day. Like I do sometimes 15 hours a day. You know, but it's in a way where it's not one of those things where I have somebody telling me what to do.
Yeah.
Or I mean, people do tell me what to do, because when we're working, I'm very like, okay, it's a group effort. It's a creative process, but it's not the way a job is set up, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, it's more freedom here. We all work on our own schedule, because it's not like I don't even like to operate like the way a manager or a boss likes to operate.
Yeah.
Like when I
Yeah.
schedule shoots, it's kind of like, when can you work?
Yeah.
I don't say, oh, work tomorrow. It's like, when can you work? Or if I say, let's do something tomorrow, you go, I can't. I'm like, okay, well, let's figure a day you can.
Yeah.
That's just how I like to operate, because I feel like that kind of keeps it in a way where you enjoy what you do. Because ultimately, that's the goal, you know, to enjoy what you do, and not just meaning if like shooting is what you enjoy, like also the scheduling is part of the enjoyment, because you have to work at a certain time,
Yeah.
be off at a certain time.
This-
Everything has to make sense.
It's like,
Yeah.
basically you have like to do it, like they tell you when, even though your mind cannot be at it.
Right.
They tell you when, but when you do not work for someone, as for example me, or you, when you say, for example, okay, tomorrow I have to have a video at 10:30, you have all the day to do it whenever you feel like it, as long as the video is ready tomorrow at 10. So that's what I like with that concept, is like, if I want to shoot at 10 p.m., I'm gonna shoot at 10 p.m.
Right.
And I spend the day doing whatever I want,
Right.
but as long as the video is ready at 10 tomorrow a.m. So,
Yeah.
but when you work with someone, you have to do it in a specific time, even though, you know, like we have all our thought and process. And I think that being forced by someone else is kind of, you're not really in control of who you are and your body, because someone else is telling you, oh, you have to have that mind, that kind of mind between 9 to 5. And you have to work like this. I don't care if you're sad or whatever it is, you have to do that. And you have to force yourself to be focused on this, not to do mistake, because otherwise you will be reprimanded or whatever. And when you work for yourself, you have the time to literally focus about, okay, I want to analyze that thought that I have of mine. Why am I sad and whatever? Because I want to take care of my state of mind right now. And then when that change, I can work on that. So I can take the process to know who I am and to know how to control my mindset, my mind. And that thing, that's what is the best thing about not having to work for someone, is to be able to know yourself more and spend more time with you and control your emotion in your mind.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I never did. I never applied for a job or anything.
Well, some of us don't have that luxury. Some of us have to apply
Please,
to get to
please,
where we
it's
got
not luxury. It's because I am small, and so I know that I don't want to have like apply and they tell me no, because when they tell me no, we both know why you said
to. I
no.
would ask why.
We don't go there, like, I don't go there like and say to people, hey, excuse me, I want to be a pilot,
Yeah.
to fly the plane. And they tell me no. I know damn well what they told me no, but I don't need to ask. I know they're going to tell me no. And there is so many jobs that I'm interested in that I cannot do. And I will not spend my life doing a job that I don't like, but my physical allow me to do. It's not possible.
You know, that's funny. There's a misconception about dwarfs, right?
Yeah.
People think your whole family's short sometimes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And the funny thing about you is your whole family's tall.
Yes. Very.
Yeah.
Very much.
Because I met your brother. He's very
Yeah.
tall. He's taller than me. He's like up there. And the rest of your siblings, I believe, are tall too, right?
Yeah.
Right. And your parents, they're like
Yeah.
normal size,
I'm
right?
the only one.
You're the
I'm
only
yeah.
one. Now, maybe you was upset when you found out you was gonna be a dwarf at first. Maybe, I don't know. But I would say there's a upside to it. You don't work out. You naturally fit. It's crazy.
I told you this many
You got good
times,
genes.
and I do work out.
You don't work out.
I do.
Bro, you do not work out.
I do. I
You are
told you that.
naturally built.
No, I was skinny, and then okay, I was in high school, and there is a swimming class, and I was like, okay, so I have to go swimsuit for the people and all of that. So I was like, okay, I cannot be that skinny, so I work out, and then yeah, then after everything is a workout actually. Like when you hey, let's call
Since I've met you, you've had an 8-pack.
6-pack.
Same thing.
No, now it's like my belly is big now because I eat a lot. I do not work out in the moment, but no, like everything that I do, when you do one step, when you go up the stairs, one step for you it's easy, but it's not for me. So it's like working two step every time. Each step is two for me. So it's a workout for me. It's just like this. And when I was going to school, it was like first, third floor every time, and no elevator. Elevator was for people in wheelchair. And even though I would have access to it, I do not like it. I like to work.
See, you one of those people that's like, you know what, and I'm gonna make sure no, I want nobody to treat me with no petty.
Yeah,
I wanna
I
be,
do not
yeah, I
like
don't want
pity.
nobody to pity me.
No.
Yeah.
If you pity me, either I take advantage to teach you a lesson, either I just
You so evil.
go
You say you
away.
take advantage.
Yes, because why you need pity? Like, why you need to have pity? Like,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
please. Like, when I see some people say, oh, but you're a dwarf, you cannot do that. I say, okay, so donate money. Help me. Help me. Like, literally, help me. If you think that I cannot, help me. Like, literally. And you will see how fast they will change their mind.
That's funny.
This is the system where we are. Like, literally. I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's like I have a disadvantage whenever that works for them. So, but when it works for me, no, you're a normal person. So you have to decide: am I a normal person or not? Because me, I consider myself as not a normal person, but should be treated as a normal person, depending on the situation, like everyone. But yeah,
I feel like that's very. It's a good thing what you said, but I feel like if you want to be treated normal, and I said go get that for me, I don't want to hear that I can't reach it. You better go.
I'm not gonna tell you that.
You're gonna go get
I'm
it.
not. I am gonna get it.
I hate you.
No, I'm gonna get it.
I hate you.
I would be like, come on, are you serious? But like, it's like you can do it.
Yeah.
But if like I'm close to it and you ask me, I will like, I'm gonna get it. If I
Yeah.
can, I will.
That's funny.
Because like, like I don't like to say, oh no, it's a problem. Oh no, it's dependent of me. I don't want
Yeah.
people to feel like it that I need to depend of them or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm really much like that's why I have this self-made mentality.
I mean, that's one of the things that works for you, and that's why I say like I'm so like proud of you, and like I'm happy to
Thank
know
you.
you. No, I am. I speak highly of you, and I always use you as an example when I'm trying to like encourage somebody to do something. You know,
Yeah.
and I use you. I use Koi also because she's somebody else that like she's always doing things. It's just like amazes me. So it's like I use people that I feel like are not letting anything get in the way to get to where they're trying to get to. So, and I truly like look at what it did for you. It worked out. Like the fact that you don't, you know, pity yourself and you don't make excuses and you just out here on a mission, you know, and that's cool. So, would you say for those people that want to know, there's money in social media?
Yes.
There is.
There is money and everything.
There's
It's
money
like
in
I
everything.
would say that people that they don't see the money, they just have to wait because you never put work outside somewhere without being paid off. It doesn't matter if you're getting paid off 10 years from now, you're still gonna pay it off. It's still gonna pay it off. So yeah, there is money in social media, and that's how I see everything YouTube and stuff like this. Especially YouTube, it's like if I post on YouTube, if it doesn't go viral now, it will go viral in a year or two.
So, which platforms pays the most money? You would say
YouTube.
YouTube pays the most.
I've done one thing in a month that I did in a year on TikTok.
Well,
More.
TikTok we all know doesn't pay at all.
Yeah, no, like
I mean, they
I
change
don't
it.
want to say like some YouTube. I was impressed how much you can get.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good. That's good.
Yeah. yeah,
Yeah. So, what?
nothing.
You look like you get too much money, man. You do.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
No, it's funny because I remember we was having this conversation the other day how we feel like in U.S. everyone knows about things here, whether it's a company, a product, a
Yeah.
person. It don't matter what it is. Like outside of U.S. I'm talking about people like back home in Africa, India, Europe, China. You know what's going on in U.S. right? but people in U.S. don't really know what's going on in other places. Why is that?
No, I feel like that I saw this when I arrived here. I couldn't have any information from outside. Like all the information that I get from here is what happened in Florida, what happened in Texas, what happened in the state here. But I don't get nothing from outside of US. But when I'm in, like when I was in France, I knew what was going on here.
In U.S.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think like the media, the US is, let's say, the central of the media. So that's where everything goes international. And other country, it goes international, but except US, I would say. I don't know, because when I was in France, I knew what was happening sometimes in China or whatever. But I feel like that if you want to go international, like it's US, because everyone
focused
heard,
here. Yeah.
they heard about them.
No, it's interesting. I feel the same because I remember back in my country, I knew about most of the artists that was here. Like I knew about 50 Cent.
Yeah.
I knew about obviously Snoop. I knew about MJ. I knew all these people, right? But when I came here, I realized they don't know none of the people I know back home that we consider like A-list back then. I think it's changing now, especially with music, because if you look at it, Afro beats is doing good now.
Yeah.
So if you look at Burna Boy, like people know him a lot. You know, he obviously worked with like Ed Sheeran and stuff. So, but yeah, it's just interesting to me. It fascinates me, and it makes sense why everybody want to come here because it's almost like the hub.
It's where it goes big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So what's next for you?
Woo. We'll see.
You know what I'm saying?
Literally, like I would say, a big screen.
Big screen.
Yeah.
So if you like go on the big screen, can I still get you to make videos with me?
Yes.
Cool,
Just
I
have
just
to
wanted-
pass by my agent first. I'm kidding.
Agent, you heard that on camera. Just let you know. I knew B before you.
You get no, of course, yes. Like I don't do this
For
like
free though.
yes, like always, depending.
I can't afford you. I can't. You have 14 million followers on the platform. It's unaffordable. I don't even have 5 on any. I don't know if I have even 2.
Facebook,
It's probably 2.
yeah,
Still.
almost there.
Thank you guys. Shout out to B for coming. Make sure you guys follow him. You don't have to because you don't need any more followers, but if you want to follow him, follow him. And thank you for coming to the podcast.
Thank you for inviting.
Yeah.
Anytime.
We gotta
until I'm on
revisit
the big
this.
screen.
Oh, we definitely got to interview you on the big screen. After the big, that's when I'm going to interview you. I'll be like, so, how did you get casted with Robert Downey Jr.? Yeah. But nah, man, I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Like I said, you like one of my actual genuine friends. Funny thing is, people don't know. I talk to you a lot.
No, they don't know.
And it sucks because I'm the one that always calls him. He never calls me.
Okay, this is
never calls.
because I have anxiety
About calling people?
Yes, because
Why?
I know that you shoot Kazi every day.
Sometimes.
So I'm like, I don't call because I don't want to bother like your shooting or whatever.
But I would not answer if I'm working. I would just call you.
I know, but that's how I worked. So that's why, and I don't call anybody anyway.
All my friends never call me, including Phil. I gotta call Phil. Phil started changing. I've been complaining to everybody about not calling me. I gotta call everybody. My friend David never calls me. Jai is the only person that calls me.
I also don't like phone. So
Corey calls me too.
When you ask me to go out, I will mostly say yes.
Yeah.
Like you have like 90% certain I say yes, except if I'm high. but anyway, like 90% that I say yes,
Yeah.
and I would rather go out than calling.
Yeah. No, I mean it's just fascinating because all my friends doesn't like calling, and I'm always calling my friends. and then I always complain too sometimes because I'm like, why don't you call me?
Because you learn more when you meet people in person.
Yeah, see, so I usually call just to be like, hey, everything cool, and then like that's it.
And you need to put yourself out there also. When you go out, you see people, you meet people.
I'm trying
It's
to.
like,
I'm trying to be more social. I think because I'm always focused on work, I socialize less, and I've also realized because I don't socialize, forgot how to socialize. Because I
I
used to be
do
really
too.
good,
I
but now
forgot
I
to.
don't know how to. So when I'm somewhere, I'm like always, what do I say? Or sometimes I be in my head like, is this person looking at me because they recognize me,
Yeah,
or they want to
I got you.
socialize? So sometimes it's a very interesting situation because people will look at you and you don't know if they're looking at you to see if they know you or
Yeah,
recognize you or if they want to say something. So it's always interesting to me.
me too. Nice. But it is what it is.
But
You
anyway,
need
thank
to
you
live
for
it.
coming.